Hi, I'm Ryan Dieter with the Clintonville Area Business Association, and I'm here today to interview John McKnight with Lucky Dog T-shirts as part of our member spotlight. And we're here just to talk to John about his business and about how the Clintonville Area Business Association has helped him out. And yeah, so we'll dive right into it, John. Thanks for being with me.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for asking me to be interviewed. That's great.
Perfect. So the first thing I want to talk about is just how long you lived in Clintonville, lived or worked in Clintonville as well. We're actually, as you can see, we're down in his studio, his shop here. So he obviously, with his name, Lucky Dog T-shirts, Prince T-shirts, and other things. You'll get into that, but just so you know, it's just obviously I'm sure you see it back here as part of his shop, and we're delighted to be here today.
Yeah. So, well, I've lived in Clintonville most of my life. My family moved here when I was 3 years old, and I'm pretty old now, so I've been here for 55 years, something like that. Other than a brief hiatus, I was gone for a few years. Lived in Powell for a little while, but other than that, I've been in Clintonville pretty much my whole life. I haven't always had this business, so I've worked in other parts of town, but had this business going for about 7 years now. Just out of my home here in Clintonville.
Very cool. So what's your favorite thing about Clintonville?
So it feels like home. So I mentioned that I lived elsewhere for a few years. We lived in Powell for about 4 years.
Okay.
And Powell's really pretty. It's a beautiful area, very well manicured. Yeah. Not much to complain about. But whenever I was coming back through Clintonville for anything, I was always, it's like I was flooded with memories. I was seeing, oh, I remember cutting through that yard when I was a kid. And if I had anybody in the car with me, then I would be telling them stories about Clintonville. And after a couple of years, I realized that Clintonville's just where I belong. It just feels like home.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So tell us a little about Lucky Dog and all you do. Obviously, you're Lucky Dog T-shirts. So obviously you make T-shirts, but you do more than that as well.
I do. 90% of what we do is screen printed T-shirts.
Okay.
We've got other methods of printing we do also. We do dye sublimation and digital printing and heat transfers and other stuff. But the end result is it's all printed on T-shirts. We also do, all sorts of garments, but tote bags. We do custom printed can cozies, coffee mugs and beer mugs, and last couple of years been doing a lot of face masks. I can do custom printed puzzles. There's a bunch of different things that we can do like that.
Nice.
So I had always been a little interested in screen printing. Not sure why, just artistic thing, always interested in it. And 7 or 8 years ago, I saw somebody that had a home-based business, and they were moving to Florida and selling their equipment.
Okay.
So they weren't selling their business, just their equipment.
Yeah.
And I thought about it for a couple of weeks, and in a moment of a bad judgment, I spent a couple $1,000s and bought all their used equipment, and just thought I'd play with it. And a few months later, somebody called me and wanted me to make them some T-shirts.
Yeah.
And then a month after that, I got a fairly large order. And then over the next year, I got busier and finally decided to do this full time.
Very cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. And then over the years I've been doing it, I keep buying new pieces of equipment here and there to add on to what we can do.
Yeah. So you said 7. You've been doing it for 7 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're doing something right. After just buying some tools or buying some machines to do something.
Yeah. I mean, you would assume I'm doing something right.
Yeah.
Every day I still feel like I'm a rookie, but I don't know. It might
That's
be
what being a small business is about.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So what would you say sets your business apart? I know you are a big part of the community here in Clintonville. You do a lot. You're involved in a lot of organizations. But what sets your business apart as well?
I think the fact that I'm a small business, I'm intentionally small, and I plan to stay small, is a big part of what sets us apart. There are other T-shirt shops and shops that print coffee mugs and other things that do great work as well. So I can't say that nobody does it as good as me. But I think the fact that I am intentionally and permanently small, it makes me accessible to small businesses. I don't have minimum orders. Most businesses, their long-term goal is to grow and expand and in one form or another kind of conquer the world. And when you get to be really big, it's hard to do. Somebody just wants 10 shirts or 1 shirt for a gift, with overhead and production and things like that. A big business has a hard time doing that. By being small, I can do small orders. By being in the house and keeping my overhead down, I can keep our costs affordable for small businesses that are just starting up, local bands that have no disposable income to use, nonprofits, fundraising events, things that just inherently don't have a big budget on the front end to go in and get things. I can be affordable, I can be accessible. We can do big orders too, but I think that's a big part of what sets me apart. Yeah. And that's how I plan to stay. I don't want to change. I want to stay small.
I like it. So if I have just an idea for 1 T-shirt, you can do that for me.
Yeah.
So just no one else wants it but me.
Yeah. No, I get a mix. I mean, every week I get calls from somebody that wants one T-shirt.
Yeah.
Or 3 or 4 T-shirts.
That's awesome.
And I also get orders, for a few hundred or even a few thousand shirts.
Yeah.
So it's a mix.
Well, that's great. Well, I appreciate you sharing that.
Sure.
So what now going into CABA, what made you want to join CABA and the Clintonville Area Business Association?
So I do like being involved in the community. I love Clintonville, but no matter where I live, I like being involved in what's going on out in the world. Yeah. And the Clintonville Area Business Association gives me an opportunity to do that, especially the last couple of years with COVID.
Yeah.
The whole world has been staying inside and not out interacting with people as much. It's been harder to stay connected to the community, and this is just another great way that I can do that. Your social media pages, the newsletter that you sent out before, the gatherings that you guys have organized to promote the organization and gain members and just bring people together. I've met new people at that, so it's just been a really good way for me to stay connected to the community and feel like I'm a part of it.
Yeah, that's great. You kind of answered the next question, but why do you feel like CABA is important for the community?
Well, aside from the stuff that I just was talking about, Clintonville is just flooded with small businesses. A lot of communities are, but most communities also have a lot of big national retailers and big box stores, and Clintonville's got a couple of those. And they employ our neighbors too, so there's nothing wrong with those stores, but I think we've got the lion's share of our businesses are small, locally owned, locally operated businesses, and if the business doesn't succeed, then not only do we lose the business, but our next door neighbors that own the business or that work there, they're now out of work or maybe moving. The small business community in Clintonville is vital to Clintonville's livelihood, and I think that CABA, it's a support mechanism for that. It helps.
That's the goal.
Helps them ensure helps them ensure their own success. You provide it's really inexpensive way to get in and get good employee benefits. Whether it's health insurance or things like that. Access to small business services that I might need. Website or social media help, or I don't know, credit card processing. I'm not sure if that's a benefit.
We're in the works. We're in the works. Yeah.
Things like that. Yeah. By joining, you get access to all that stuff.
Yeah.
Really inexpensively. Plus, it's just a good way to kind of market through networking. Clintonville supports Clintonville. It always has. Yeah. And so if you're involved in a Clintonville business organization as a business owner, you're going to meet other business owners, and they're likely to become your customers. So, I could spend a lot of money on billboards or radio advertising or, print advertising or whatever conventional means are out there, or digital marketing. But, for a couple $100 a year, I know the price varies according to your business size, but I belong to your organization, and I'm connected to people out there that even without calling on them saying, please come buy my products, just by interacting with them, they're interested. They want to support Clintonville, and when they have a need, they give me a call. It pays off. Yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing that, and thanks for having us. Thanks for hosting us here at your shop.
You're welcome. Yeah, thanks for coming over.
Yeah, and another special thanks for John for printing our CABA t-shirts that we've been giving away for our first 50 members. I think there's still a few left if you want to join. You'll still get a t-shirt. So so we're happy to partner with John with that, and he's been a great asset to the community, but also to our organization. So thanks for doing this.
Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate it.
Thanks,
Clintonville.